Throw it over to our casters, though. 2 more Brave Handsome then. Beak up and Lacoste, take it away for game number 1.
Thank you so much, Nomad. Yeah, coming in here. Big series for both these teams. It's coming down to the wire with both these guys as the middle of the pack is very close. And look at this. Already. Toss into the Blood Right. Fissure comes out. They get first blood on the Febby regardless. And Makoto is the one who gets first blood. He's always the one you have to worry about when you are playing up against Boom.
Yeah, and he gets the first blood, so good start. We already know what OD is going to go for. It's a meteor hammer, so yeah, pretty standard stuff. Tower damage, something that they kind of lack until Troll comes online, so a lot of value coming out from that hammer.
And we'll see how quickly he can get into it. We've seen that 1v1 matchup with Hammer. You know, the Astral Imprisonment into the Hammer, and when you're 6, Sanities blow anybody up and enjoy your lane even more. So we'll see how he does up against Armel. You know, we've seen Makoto struggle in the first few waves before, but has been given time in the past to kind of recover. I don't know if TNC are going to be so forgiving if they are to get on top of Makoto and, you know, lead this matchup somehow. But we take a look at the matchups around the map. And, well, let's take a look as, yeah, here with the Fissure up towards top. It's Drew. It's Drew back on the Troll, which should be interesting.
Yeah, it feels like that's his most comfortable hero. So something that he knows how to play and like what to do with the hero, knows the power spikes. And it feels very comfortable just playing it.
And he's played it a lot just in this DPC. So we'll have to see how he can play it this time. It's definitely been hit or miss before with him. They're already putting a lot of pressure on to KP in the off lane, but the Fissure in from Tim's just trying to disrupt what they have up in that top lane. I was hoping maybe they'd go with the Brewmaster, but they have that Crystal Maiden in the 5. I love that Brew Troll combo. It's been pretty disgusting to see that Cinder Brew.
Yeah, the combination is just so good. Being allowed to ignite people with the Whirling Axes, low cooldown. But the CM, you get so much from the CM here because you have Tiny playing position 4. Tiny consumes so much mana, and with the Crystal Maiden Aura, it's going to be much easier for him. This is the combination we've seen quite a lot. I think Team Liquid played it multiple times. Tiny plus a Bloodseeker, toss into the Blood Right, and later on toss with the Rupture on. So it's a kind of a cheap damage, cheap setup.
Yeah, maybe Tiny's the answer to all these Bloodseeker losses that we've been seeing in this region. Get that Rupture, do damage with the toss, like you said. Ooh, Armel taking a lot of damage, only working with a shared Tango and another stack. No salve right now at the moment. But it's pretty tough for the Void Spirit. They said that the panel said this matchup was going to be very difficult for him, and Makoto just standing on the high ground trying to fight. FBZ being pushed back by the Thunder Strike of the Disruptor. There's a lot doing here when we get to the mid-game. A lot of big ultimates between both these teams. You know, Arena, Echo, Static Storm, Sanities. Like, you're freezing field. You're dealing with a lot of potential team fights that just get very chaotic.
One thing I'm worried about is they don't have real save for Morphling in this game. Like, there's nothing to purge things off. I want to see Bloodseeker in this game going for Spirit Vessel to be able to deal with the Morphling. Out, toss back on the bottom. Morphling has 2 points in Attribute Shift, so he should be fine. But something he benefits from quite a lot on the bottom lane is that Morph loves to play on like 20% HP, so Bloodseeker's passive ability would be a lot of value, and we can see Armel also on the mid lane, just playing on a half HP.
Yeah, Blood Right down again. Gabby getting low, silenced up once more. Although Hyde not working with a lot of mana. And he's already got that urn on FBZ. So, like you said, they want to be working towards getting that Spirit Vessel. See how quickly he can get into that, going for those boots, upgrade them, and then maybe Spirit Vessel afterwards. Meteor Hammer for Makoto is close. He's having a good time so far at 21 and 3. Surprisingly, Armel is towards the top, and, well, really, he is the top. 23 and 4. gets some rune control, pops an arcane rune, and we'll have that bottle filled back up. So that should help him sustain a little bit more in this lane. And it hasn't exactly become that one-sided matchup that we were talking
he
about
actually
earlier.
goes in. Armel is a mad guy. Purple hero with the purple rune.
Makes
Purple
stuff
spells. Yeah. Mikoto is getting very close to that hammer. Once he gets that, it's not that easy to use it on the Void Spirit because of the Dissimulate, the Astral Step, so you have to time it perfectly to be able to get him. But maybe some rotations on the side lanes could be a bit better. Also, like Armel needs to buy so much space for the team for Morphling to come online this game. Tims, how's he doing? Level 2. They do not want to battle this. Crystal Maiden plus Troll, just too much damage. Troll goes to the secret shop, gets blocked off, but he's more than fine. They just don't have enough damage to kill him.
Yeah, not enough damage at the moment. Just, you know, Drew posturing forward, making sure that they can control that bounty rune up the 5-minute mark. So far, so good for Boom. They're up 2K. Sometimes we see them struggle with their laning phase, but for right now, things are looking really good. I mean, Morphling's 18-3, and the Mars only has 9 CS. Mars is getting nothing at the moment, and Febby might be dead again. Bloodright, yeah, he's gone. FBZ getting that kill on Febby, so making it 2-1. Boom, all over it at the moment. TNC struggling in more than one lane.
Yeah, so far, so good. 3,000 gold lead 5 minutes in. We've seen this so much, actually, across all other regions as well, where teams just fall apart after the laning stage. Mid lane, Hyde ready with this toss combo. They drop the second hammer, you know.
With the Sanities, it's just so easy. They've got the Meteor Hammer now, and Armel, his lane gets a lot more difficult now that this Meteor Hammer is out and the pressures come on, and that advantage is there for the OD. So Boom really just kind of rolling. And TNC, they need some answers. They need to buy some time, but it looks like the pressure's coming quick from Boom.
Armel has a TP ready. Also, Fisher is available. Let's see if they decide to make a move on a mid lane or just possibly TP to the side lane. There it is. TP to the side lane, refill the bottle. Thrall is level 5 only. Let's see who they can get. Armel.
I think spotted him.
He spotted him, so it should be a kill on Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, Crystal Maiden, Astral Step with the Dissimulate. Another Astral Step eventually pops to the damage, and Armel at least gets something out of it. Obviously, wanted the troll, but the positioning from Kescute was really good, considering he just wanted to peek out, maybe feeling that Armel might come top, and does end up getting that vision. Avalanche toss onto the Morphling. Gabby waveforming back. Very risky situation there, as this Morphling has not been given an easy lane. 40-10 for FBZ.
Yeah, he's doing really well. I don't like the item build. He went Mana Boots. You already have Crystal Maiden Aura, and I see Eul Scepter, so it's too much commitment for like mana items. Top lane.
Yeah, going for the troll. They've got the spear, but they're backing off this one with the massive TPs coming through from Boom. This might be decent enough just to get Morphling some space if you don't lose any heroes, but they've used the Rupture. Bloodright down, KP moving back, losing a lot of life. There's the glimpse onto the Bloodseeker kinetic field, but the Avalanche as well as the toss is still going to land. They'll get the kill onto the Mars, and, you know, take something for the massive rotations that come to save the troll.
Like, you can still upgrade those Mana Boots, possibly get, like, Guardian Greaves, but still, you want to have a real item. You know, just get some clarities going, possibly a Raindrop, and if you're building into Eul Scepter as your first item after the urn, you don't need Mana Boots.
So just trying to slow the game down, but Tims, ooh, just backing off the lane in time. Mikoto just looking to farm at the moment with the Meteor Hammer. That gets stopped with the Fissure. Not bad.
But he's fine. We'll have another one in 10 seconds. Arcane Rune is picked up. CDR minus 30. So, all good.
Look at the net worth. It's just dire, dire, dire. And then 4 heroes here from TNC. It's not looking good so far, but I mean, we expected that from the OD. Maybe not so much the Bloodseeker. But for right now, Boom definitely happy with the position they're in. And need a lot of time here from TNC to kind of bring it back. Bloodright down, KP low. Urn put on him. Won't get that kill. Arcane Boots early for this Earthshaker. We've talked about the multiple builds that we've seen from this hero. you know, Brown Boots into just Blink Dagger, which we're finding has a lot more success.
Yeah, like this time around, they just found an item that Earthshaker wants to use, that's Fated Brooch, so it gives you 200 mana. So like mana boots feels a bit of too much commitment here.
Yeah.
Because you need to farm 2,000 gold to still get a Blink Dagger. Rupture on the top. I don't think they're going to dive. Hide.
Under the tower. They do
Thunder
have
Strike
glimpse.
is also available.
Is that tower shot going to help him
Yeah,
get this
he's
kill?
dead.
Yeah.
Baby gets the kind of solo kill. Mars really struggling. Like this is the something that I didn't expect this lane to go this way. Drops the
Ooh,
hammer, but
missed
misses.
it.
Very uncharacteristic for Mikoto.
Yeah, you don't normally see a miss like that, especially given such a free opportunity. Now, Astral Imprisonment. Wow! That did a lot more damage than I thought it would. Sanity's just going from half to dead. I was staying silent. I wasn't sure he was going to drop something like that. Fissure thinking about it. And now
Mars
Earthshaker
is
in
only
some
level
trouble.
5, so there is not enough damage. And yeah, just Bloodshaker running around with a lot of move speed. I like the rotation from the Drew. Like he understands there should probably be some pressure on the top. So I rotate to the bottom lane. It's going to be, wow, this is actually an insane time. It's something that Drew also had in one of the previous games on Troll. Just like 12-minute Battle Fury.
Toss up into the air, and as he hits the ground, Febi's dead. Yeah, this is all going right for Boom. Our lone handsome host. Looking for the proper prediction. He saw this coming. He looked into the skies and thought, Boom, we're going to win all 3 lanes, as they've done so far. It's been really good from them. I don't want to sound like I'm too surprised, but we've not seen all 3 lanes like this go well for Boom. We've seen like Mikoto have a good lane, where Drew kind of sacrifices his lane. We've seen like Drew have a good lane, but Mikoto doesn't do that well. I think this is like one of the first games from Boom where we've seen, you know, a culmination of all 3 lanes going this well.
Usually it's the Mikoto who's doing the heavy lifting. His lane goes well, carries the team. Drew is kind of a hit or miss, but yeah, if you give him Troll, you know that he's going to deliver. There's one ancient stack, a couple of other stacks that he's going to be able to farm. Feels like right now TNC is just playing a catch-up game.
That's a tough catch-up game too. You've given someone a 100-yard dash ahead, and now it's your turn to go.
Yeah, everyone just needs to catch up on TNC. Like Mars wants to get his initiation item, maybe even get a BKB as a first item, which I wouldn't mind. The Yule Scepter is fine, but the problem is, like, where does Tim's farm? He can't farm any farm on the map right now. It's just jungling. Bottom lane is pushed in, somewhere where usually the position 4s farm when you want to give them farm priority.
FBZ still putting pressure on bottom. Mars kind of waiting here, looking for an opportunity to go on to someone, but just the Tiny and the OD. Static Storm bottom with the Thunder Strike. They've got the kinetic field locking in the Bloodseeker as well as Glimpse to pull him back. He'll use that Rupture. They'll get the kill, but here comes KSQ. Meanwhile, Mikoto gets killed on a KP off screen, but you're taking a look as this Void Spirit's in a lot of trouble.
Silence.
And yeah, freezing
Man,
field.
what a play from KSQ. He takes this opportunity so that Void Spirit used all of his spell, no Astral Steps. The Simulate was ready, but Blood Right, man, 6-second cool, 6-second duration on that silence. Mid lane.
Ooh, catching him with the imprisonment, but no Meteor Hammer follow-up. And Makoto's just getting kills while that's happening. Like, yeah, they get the kill on FBZ, that's great. But he's getting another one, and he's 4-0-0 right now, going Meteor Hammer, Blink Dagger. So we'll have positioning to Blink, Astral, Meteor Hammer.
Blink Dagger is a natural pickup for OD, where you can set things up with a Blink Dagger, or you can just blink out when you feel threatened from the Astral. It gives you enough time. I'm really worried for TNC.
Yeah,
who's going to make any kind of aggressive moves? You don't have a Blink Dagger on Earthshaker. Your Mars is almost as farmed as enemy Tiny. And Tiny's getting the farm priority. Like, Boom is making all these right moves.
Rupture used, and there's the Astral Step. The Urn's on him, looking for the Fissure. That will land, but not put him on the right side for maybe a Spear follow-up. Morphling's going for a Linken's, and that's usually an item you see first from Morphling when it feels like you have to play defensive. You can't really output anything of your own offense at the moment.
Against Rupture, against the Astral Imprisonment, it's going to work fine. They don't have anything else to proc it with. Frostbite, Astral, and Rupture. So should be an okay pickup.
With the
timed
Astral,
perfectly.
yeah.
They get a kill.
Now you've got a Blink Dagger for Hyde pretty early on. He's sitting 700 gold in front of the Earthshaker. Like, even the 4 positions getting a lot more farm. And I say a lot more farm, he's ahead of the Mars, who's really not had a game. KP has not been able to find much of anything around the map. Granted, Troll and OD are taking over most of the map. It still allowed FBZ to get some farm. You've got the same situation kind of with the Morphling as well as the Void Spirit, but the rest of the team really hasn't found anything.
Boom playing so well right now. It feels TNC is not playing Dota at all. It feels like they're just
hoping that something
running around. Yeah, exactly. Running around the map, trying to get something out of it, just farming, not making any plays, just playing super defensive.
Astral Imprisonment once again with the Meteor Hammer down and the Avalanche and the toss coming through. Armel just doesn't have a chance.
I like how Mikoto, missed that one. Meteor Hammer on the mid lane, so they think, this guy's pretty bad. It was a great bait from Mikoto. Now he hits every single one of them, and on Void Spirit actually twice. So he's not having a game. 9k gold lead already.
Yeah, this is spiraling out of control. But that being said, we've seen it time and time again where teams they get too comfortable with this lead and they let it go. So Boom, they need to feel that fire under them. They need to realize we can't get comfortable having this big of a lead. And you just got to keep the pressure on. You give Morphling a little bit too much time, you give Void Spirit a little bit too much time, or even the opportunity for, Tims to set up something with a Blink Dagger, things can start to go wrong.
You're just losing too much map control at the moment. Lost the tier 2 tower. They are going to take your outpost, so it's going to be really, really rough. Earthshaker, 300 gold away from a Blink Dagger. When they get that, should try to smoke and get something out of it. Mikoto
Blink as well as the Astral Imprisonment. Mikoto slams down the Meteor Hammer. He's making it look too easy now after we talked about him missing that one. So yeah, just continuing to get kills after kills with that combo. No surprise, really. And it's just left Drew to do his own thing. Yeah, he's got a kill, he's got an assist, but Battle Fury, Yasha, going into the BKB, Sanj afterwards, like, things are pretty straightforward and easy for Drew right now. I don't think he's had this open of a game before with Boom.
All he needs to do is just hit the creeps pretty much, get a BKB, join fights. Tims getting caught on the bottom lane, 10 gold off a Blink Dagger.
Blink Dagger.
3, 2, 1, bought it. Okay, he's good to die.
Just had to buy that time. Just get that Blink Dagger. Meanwhile, KP's caught again. Makoto's found him, and he's not going to survive.
But this is actually good, because they just killed an Earthshaker. They saw he doesn't have a Blink Dagger. Morphling on a mid lane. Gets the attribute off.
Got the root on him. They'll have the Freezing Field. Coming through is this Void Spirit. Aethernet locks up Kescute, and
it is that easy.
They're gone.
So yeah, once Earthshaker respawns, they just kill them. They won't think he has a Blink Dagger, so it's kind of a surprise play that TNC can do. Smoke purchased by Earthshaker. Let's go. It's go time.
Yeah, they need to find them together, though, and that's not really the way Boom have been playing. So you're using probably, this smoke, Echo, Blink, Debut to find maybe one kill. I think if you're TNC, it needs to be a big Echo sign. If it's Drew, that's good too, but they're right over to the side. They'll throw the spear. That'll connect. Now waiting for some follow-up, but the Avalanche lands onto both KP as well as Gabby. They're going to Astral Step in with a Void Spirit. They'll land the Aether Remnant, but there's the Astral Imprisonment. That's going to save the Troll for the moment. The Sanity Cook's going to be dropped on the Gabby. They'll go over the Tiny. They get the kill onto Hyde. Now Fissure. He's
waiting for a big
this
one.
Fight into 2. Tim's waiting a long time. Echo Slam drop. They get the kill on Drew. They'll take out 2, but they've bought back on Hyde. They're trying to get the Tiny back into the fight. They've already killed off Gabby, so this Morphling's going to be gone. The Astral Imprisonment as well as the Meteor Hammer is slamming down right on top of the Void Spirit, so the right clicks come in and will eventually finish off this Void Spirit once they catch him out of the Dissimilate. BZ loses a courier, but he's still able to kill off KP. They'll find themselves Febby. blink away from Tim's, and maybe Febi's gotten away too far as he's up the stairs and out of the reach of Boom. But overall, that looked okay from TNC, but much better from Boom.
Yeah, it was just a decent Echo Slam. Thought he was going to go on OD. That ward, I don't think, like, they put a good lane ward to see that, you know, a better fight, how it's going to go, but didn't catch OD. And even if he catches OD there, I don't think there's enough damage to bring him down. Man, KP's just not having a game.
Yeah, he's not allowed to play Dota now, sitting behind Tim's in terms of net worth. Like, his game has just felt stagnated since minute 2. It really has just halted in terms of growth.
I love this hood pickup on a Bloodseeker, where it allows him to be more tanky. Most of the damage coming out right now is just straight up magical.
Oh, Febi tossed up into the air. One more shot for FBZ. Tiny laying it up on a silver platter for the Bloodseeker. And now in a Roche. You've got no Echo, you have no Static Storm, no Disruptor for 20 seconds, and it may not be the quickest Roche, but it should be the freest of Roches, because there's no way that TNC want to fight.
They're not going to contest that. They have no Echo Slam, so no fight. But what they do have is Shard, picked up by an Earthshaker. So it's going to be much easier for them to fight. For those who don't know, lowers the cooldown on a Fissure. You can walk on the Fissure, and whenever you cast ability, Aftershock hits people and stuns them or on the Fissure. So sometimes we see Echo Slam being used just to stun people instead of going in and dealing damage.
Now the thing with Shard is I think you have to now respect the high ground defense of
for sure.
TNC much more. And Boom, whether or not they follow that, we'll see. They have an Aegis to work with. They have a massive gold lead. But we've seen it before where it feels like it's the last defense, and somehow an Earthshaker from the high ground just has all that control.
What Boom can do, they don't necessarily need to go for tier 3 towers. Instead, just try to make map smaller for TNC, get a pick off, control their jungle, just farm up until the second Roche. It's a much safer play than, you know, try to go and risk things out. You can go, try to poke it, but Earthshaker with a Shard is just very, very hard to fight into.
Kescute, it's like he knows exactly where KP is, walks right into him, has some help from Makoto. Astral Imprisonment as well as the Meteor Hammer coming down, and I mean, we've talked about how KP's not having a game. Even when he's hiding, he's dying. It's just
this is me playing hide and seek when I was a 5-year-old, just to, you know, hide in front of the house instead of, you know, inside. So get seen every time, but yeah.
How do you guys see me? Yeah, you're right there. Like, you're in front of the house. Of course we see you. And that's what KP was trying to accomplish. It just doesn't work that way. It's like hiding behind glass. It's just not going to work. There was a point in my life where I thought glass was one-directional everywhere.
You were not a smart boy, weren't you? Huh?
At that point in my life? No, not at all.
I was about to say that nothing changed. Just kidding. Big Cop, good to have you here. Glimmer Cape. Aegis in the hands of Troll. So this should be, I'm going to say an easy tier 2, but once OD joins, possibly with the Meteor Hammer, there it goes. TNC is just, we need to sit in base. That's our play. If we pretend we're dead, maybe they just leave us alone.
Maybe they'll think the game's over and call GG themselves.
Yeah, like, we're out of this one. We have nothing to kill.
So we'll see. It's the fainting of death play. We'll see if it works. This is a play call that got used to get called back in the day, guys. You've never heard of it before. It's the fainting death play. You act like you're not really on the map, and you are.
Okay. Leonardo DiCaprio tried it in Revenant. That didn't work too well.
Not really. Drew just kind of up here by himself for the moment, but getting reinforcements as time goes by. Ooh, spots KP, and, well, now Hyde coming through with the Avalanche. They've got the blood right down. KP caught in the trees again. He is not enjoying his time in the forests as the trees around him feel like they're playing for one side, and that's Boom.
Let's see this Fissure high ground defense. See how that one goes. Very effective so far. Once Fissure is used, OD can go in and try to use a Meteor Hammer.
And they just back off. Don't want to pressure too much. They've got a Basher now for Troll. Buyback only available on the Crystal Maiden if you're on the side of Boom.
If they continue to play like this inside of Boom, just take it slowly. Don't go for the high ground push. I think that's the correct play. Instead of trying to go for a high ground, Gabby, turns into OD, astrals him while he was channeling the Meteor Hammer. And it's hard, because they don't have anything to pop the Lincolns with.
Ooh. Blink, Hyde sticking with him. Avalanche toss, and they've got the BKB pop by Mikoto. Astral Imprisonment, Blood right down, and a dead Morphling. Man, that is unfortunate. Just trying to get some farm here and can't even get some time to himself.
We're going to talk about the Aghanim Scepter on Void Spirit, so that's going to be, a good item to control, possibly. I wouldn't call it backlines, but because they already have 2 BKBs. Bloodseeker doesn't care too much about it. Has a Yule Scepter. Tiny also very close to getting his Dispel with the Yule Scepter. So great itemization from Boom this game. Bloodseeker going into pipe, something that we usually don't see. A lot of value here against the Earthshaker, against the Disruptor. Just tank it up. Make your team much more durable during a team fight, which I really like.
Yeah.
I would love to see potentially like a Guardian Greaves after this to just be unable to... TNC doesn't have that much damage, They have Echo Slam, they have Static Storm. If you can survive through that, you kind of won the team fight already.
Yeah, and if they don't get anything out of it, TNC are definitely on the retreat after that. This Morphling is now behind all 3 cores on the side of Boom. It is not the best situation to be in when you're trying to carry the game on your back at points. So
we've seen, Earthshakers and Morphlings still being very strong.
Coming over, there's the totem. And Tim's to the blink, looking for the TP out. Avalanche, Sanity's dropped. And they will get the kill on Armel. They'll at least get the Void Spirit. So I thought it might have just been a troll, but instead it ends up being basically everybody. And this is great movements from Boom all over the map.
TNC still have that Morphling plus Earthshake combination. Problem is Earthshaker has 1 point in Totem. I don't like the mana on level 10 picked up. You already don't have any kind of mana problems, and your Morphling will have that Aghanim Scepter pretty soon, so you just want to max out your Totem instead.
Right.
Like that 1 point could make a bit of a difference. Mikoto jumps in, gets the kill on Febby.
Now Godlike. So buyback comes in from Febby. 3-man Fissure with the totem hitting all 3 as well, but no follow-up to that either. There's just not a lot of ability to feel comfortable here for TNC or really get anything out of this. They're trying, but man, it just feels like there's nothing there.
They're not trying hard enough. Just kidding. It's a very tough game for TNC where, it's not much they can do. They can hold on to high ground defense, potentially smoke. 1 Roshan is up and try to take a Rosh fight. May respawn in 20 seconds. We can see the courier flying. That's just going to die.
Not much there. It's 23,000 or 22,000 net worth lead here for Boom. Man, it is... It's all falling by the wayside here, and it's just... I don't know what you do if you're TNC. Just hope that they take forever to take your high ground to the point where you've got items where you can fight. And is that even enough? You're still going to be behind by so much.
For sure. Boom is just controlling the whole map pretty much. Their wards have been on point throughout this whole game. Like, I like the wards around the 10-minute mark. Febby.
Yeah, Blood right down. Dead. Avalanche toss, even with the glimpse. He's already gone. And Morphling. All right. Safely out, but they'll find KP. Oh, or will they? blinks away. And Tims and KP are in a ridiculously far forward point of the
Tims
map.
right now cosplaying Puck, trying to cut the waves, or possibly an anti-mage, just delaying as much as possible.
Trying to cosplay a little bit as a hero that can cut the waves successfully all the time. I respect it. Orb Destruction found for Boom. That's on the OD. We'll see if he holds on to that. Probably not. Got Earthshaker still trying to use this Philosopher's Stone to get enough gold to get into the Octarine core. Picks up the Aether Lens, so...
It's the dream item
Yeah.
when the things are not going well. You know, you're sitting in the base most of the time, so some extra gold kicking in. And it's also a great item when you're ahead, because, you know, extra gold, why not?
At any point feels really good, and, well, now Boom again. Another uncontested Roche. No chance for TNC to really find their way into this Roche pit, which for them is fine. They're going to give up the Aegis. They probably know that, and they're going to go on their way and just try and farm anything they can get from the map.
Mine is truly a
Now it's time for Boom to go for a potentially pick-off. Transition that into Tier 3 tower. FBZ trying to find Gabby, but Gabby just TP's out.
So Aegis Cheese both on the Troll, going for a Hex on Makoto. I don't know what this Morphling is going to be able to accomplish. He's getting to turn into the Earthshaker's all well and fun, but I don't know how much it's going to help. They've also got the Shard on this Disruptor. Have that Thunderstrike to apply to the Morphling. They're trying to make something. Who knows? Maybe the double fissures coming across on these heroes splits up the fight so much they could work on maybe the OD to start. Leave the Troll probably for last if you can. We'll see.
Boom still respecting the high ground defense. 2 Fissures, Shard on Earthshaker. They could easily like block them off if they're not careful enough. And Morphling, he deals like, let's see the damage, plus 700. So it's almost 1,000 damage per hit. Totem is maxed out now, so all good. I like how he skipped the level 15 talent instead on the Earthshaker, just to get that extra point in the Totem that I talked about.
Yeah. I've not really spoken about the Void Spirit too much. It feels like he got that Ags and yeah, straight to the Lincolns. We'll see if that ends up really doing much of anything, and they should just about have this Abyssal on Troll. Astral Step with the silence. They back off immediately. A lot of respect to the high ground.
Abyssal Blade is ready now on Troll, so he can be the one possibly going in and just blowing up one target.
So 24k lead. There's the smoke. TNC not leaving their base, just staying on the high ground, waiting for Boom to kind of push in. And the question becomes when.
They didn't kill any Tier 3 towers. You know, Roshan will respawn in 5:30, may respawn, so that means 2.5 minutes until Aegis is reclaimed. Smoke from TNC, they want to surprise them, Radiant using a scan, so that should be an alarm for Boom. Like, why would they use a scan if they're not smoke?
Yeah.
Because it feels really weird, you know. For now, they were just sitting in the base. So this smoke, this scan actually reveals them, what they were
Yeah, they've
plans
got the
are.
kill. They take out high. This seems like it's TNC's first kill in who knows how long. I mean, they also committed Static Storm. I don't know if that was entirely necessary, but that might have been also to help get out, just in case.
I'm a bit afraid, you know. This
One kill.
Earthshaker, Morphling, he's farming his items. Once you get that E-Blade, BKB, they don't have any abilities that go through BKB besides like some bashes from Troll. So if he can find enough farm, Gabby, you know, he's been silently farming, still decently farm at this point, considering how the rest of the team is doing.
He's got Shard too on the Morphling. Okay. So, dumb question for the viewers at home. But if you've got Shard on Morphling, does it give you the Shard effect if you're morphed into the Earthshaker?
No, it shouldn't. No. That's just
That's
too
the
OP.
that's the answer, chat. There you go. Definitely
If
wasn't me
if
not knowing the
that's
answer.
the case, then I'm like, yeah, you know. Well, we'll have to see. Dota works in mysterious ways. It shouldn't work, but you never know.
I am curious. Because, you know, I was
Yeah,
was
look at
asking for the
look at
chat.
Morphling. Like, it's so bugged. If you click on Morph while he's in the Earthshaker form, he has 3 abilities. Like, what is that?
Just the tiny little hut. So they smoke up again. They might find FBZ. Oof, double fissures. And the totem. Yeah, wait. I saw the effect on both. I want to say that was the effect on both. I'm not certain. I'm not just hyping it up right now. We'll have to see. They get the kill on a Febby. They've got the arena down. This feels like the first arena of the game. Astro Imprisonment on the KP. He'll pop the BKB, but the Abyssal Blade is there from Drew. And they will still eventually find this Mars' life.
An offlaner for an offlaner. They survived through the second Roche without losing a tier 3 tower, and this is what matters for TNC. Like, Gabby's getting a ton of farm.
Well, Gabby's starting to get there. You said you were scared after the tiny kill. I'm kind of getting there with you.
It's still a 20k gold lead. OD has a Hex. Tiny working towards his Hex.
All right, let's see this again. I want to say my eyes deceived me. 1, 2. Right?
Not sure if that's just you know, passive
Ooh, here
ability.
they come, and they're going to go onto the troll. Drew! Get blown up by this team!
Okay,
Signs of life start to grow for TNC.
like they just lost the 6,000 gold lead in the last 2 minutes. So, and Earthshaker, he has enough money to actually buy something that's going to help them quite a lot. You know, just a cooldown reduction. Here it is, Octarine Core done on the Earthshaker. This extra gold from Philosopher's Stone is actually insane.
So let's watch this replay again. Fissure, Totem, and then Earthshaker's Fissure and Totem. It's making the effect. It might not do it, but we'll see.
Maybe it's not working out on Fissure.
Radiant are scanning.
Uh-oh, Avalanche was used. KP blinks in. Pretty aggressive. They've got the Rupture, but the Fissure comes through from Gabby. Another Fissure from Tim's, crossing the streams. Now looking with the arena when the BKB popped by KP. Aether Remnant locks up FBZ. Nobody dead. Everybody hold your horses. So 19K lead here for Boom. Still waiting for Drew to respawn. It might have become that time where maybe Boom respected the high ground a bit too much.
Yeah, it could possibly backfire. So I asked some pro players while we're casting just to be sure, and apparently Shard actually works with the Morphling Shaker combo.
That sounds really broken.
That
just sounds
that's actually so broken.
Oh my god. You thought Earthshaker Morphling was broken before. My greatest creation.
Yeah, it's like we did not need something to buff up this combo. And I can say for certainty that DNC, they're fully back into this game.
Net worth means nothing.
Even though net worth says a bit of a different story. Oh, they even find
Telescope.
Telescope. Come on. Where's the CDR? I want to see Spell Prism. If they find that, or Timeless Relic possibly, they still have one more item to find.
Oh man. If it's Spell Prism, I can only imagine chat's thoughts right now. A lot of OS Frog, I think, is in our future. Or at least in that Twitch chat.
They have one cooldown reduction with the Quickening Charm, okay, but they still want to find something else.
So, let's see. Almost E-Blade for the Morphling. I almost said E-Blade for the Earthshaker just because his portrait, but it's almost that E-Blade. Then the Scotty. They're waiting. They just, oh my god, Drew. Drew's out. Makoto behind him, though. The rest of the team is there. They know. They felt it. Felt it in their bones. There it
Surprised
is.
they didn't go for like tier 2 towers after having that Aegis. You know, they gave opportunity to TNC to come back into the game with the Fissure, with the Morph turning into Shaker, and now he's getting closer to the E-Blade.
Yep. Shiva's next for the Void Spirit. Morphling catching up to where Makoto is now. Things are starting to look good for TNC despite the fact they're down so much. The game is...
I still can't believe the shard actually works. You just buy a shard and Morph, turn... I mean, you have to buy Aghanim Scepter on top of that, but they can just perma-stun people. Like,
Yeah.
you can't go high ground.
Especially if it's in an X.
No, if you use Fissure, Shaker uses Fissure, Enchant Totem, another Fissure, Enchant Totem from real Shaker, then Enchant Totem from the Morph, then the Fissure will be back up again.
I'm not good at math, man. You're telling me to put all these numbers together, cooldowns together, see if they pan out and work out, and making Venn diagrams and whatnot. For all you guys at home who can't see, we both kind of have our hands around our head area thinking, how is this possible?
Radiant are scanning.
But we'll see if it works out. Ooh, coming over, Avalanche toss, KP still. Just getting killed off as
KP
Boom.
still doing his best to keep this game balanced.
Yeah. So Boom, they find themselves one they find to pick off this time. TNC are still trying to farm up. Third Roche. It
Mikoto.
shows its face.
Shadowblade on OD, just trying to snipe people. Has actually enough damage to pretty much kill anyone during the duration of the Hex.
They could fight
Astral.
this Roche, right?
Without Mars, 20 seconds. He has buyback, but no tier 2 towers to TP to, so it's
Tough.
it's tough.
You would have
don't
already had to buy back.
Yeah, like he needed to buy back.
Are they going to fight
much
this?
earlier?
Tim's throwing a fissure in. They see this right now. Enchant Totem. And maybe Morphling is looking for the jump.
Another totem.
Oh, another fissure. Is it coming? No. Holds it the entire time. Fissure finally thrown. They're going to start to retreat from this fight. Kinetic field on the high ground. They're away.
Oh, it's so long. TP Fabi actually manages to get out.
Middle tower is under attack.
Well, Space Jam in our lives right now.
What they could do instead, I see Earthshaker holding a telescope, and I also see Disruptor having a Psychic Headband. So you give Psychic Headband to Earthshaker, Disruptor holds the telescope instead, and then you get even a bigger Fissure range. But for now, you're just holding onto that Fele, because you want the gold to kick in. And once there is a fight, you put the telescope in. But would love if they just swap the items instead. Claims.
Oh boy. This is, it still feels like such a hard high ground siege. Ags for the troll. Let's see. Just looking. It looks so like it should be so easy, right, for Boom? You're almost up 30K. You have this huge advantage. People, are probably saying, just go high ground. Make it sound so simple.
I don't know if you can. Like, eventually, you're going to have to try to do something. Aghanim Shard was picked up by a troll, so he can dispel things. He can dispel Thunderstrike. He can dispel... You can dispel silences. You can dispel God's Rebuke.
And Waker being built by FBZ. Makoto still hasn't died in this game. That's what's crazy. He's 10-0-7. He's going into the Swift Blink. Okay. And then MKB for the Troll. Even just the fissures sitting in the lane are scary.
Just the Fissure, man. It's insane how much value you get from it. Well, I assume we're going to have like a fixed patch pretty soon, and they have to do something about the Earthshaker Shard, because it's just too strong.
This seems super balanced to me.
Yeah, nothing wrong here. Move along, people.
Don't look at this clip, Ice Frog. Just go. Get out of here.
Right, they're going in. Smoke. You have to try. Like,
Yeah.
eventually, you have to try to go for the high ground. Drew is sitting at the 9,000 gold at the moment.
Like, yeah, I mean, that's how uncomfortable they feel taking high ground right now. They're saving all this buyback gold. They're waiting
KP
for the
having
perfect
so much
moment.
fun. Didn't get to play the game, but
Now he's got Blink and BKB.
He's taunting in the base.
Okay. Double fissure in the lane. And then they see that bottom, and then boom goes top. Try to take top. Fissures come out, and they move somewhere else.
So they decided to swap the items that I talked about, but Disruptor still needs to give Psychic Headband to the Earthshaker. You can't use 2 items.
Quickening Charm for Morphling. Oh, Cliffed himself. Cliff Teasy there.
For the twins.
Did you see the new one? The Ward Roki?
Oh yeah, twice in a row. You know, Dota is just a fun game. You would expect pro players to not make many mistakes, but they're all human. At the end of the day, Hyde doesn't even try to go for it like Avalanche. Like it's nothing you can lose from that, because like you use Avalanche on one side. If you see him and you run it on the other side, you have a Hex, you have a Yule Scepter to stop the TPs possibly with, so you should always try to go for it. Have you seen a kill?
Oh, the fissure range now.
In the last, like, team fight was not in the last 10-15 minutes. But, you know, gold lead.
Extending, 34 now.
34 right now.
Still doesn't feel safe. Honestly. Oh, now some tier 3 damage. Fissure. Glimpse.
Another Fissure.
There's another Fissure. Totem. Another Totem. FBZ thinking about moving forward, but he gets by the Silence Astral Step. Minotaur Horn.
Another Totem.
Fissure,
into
Fissure.
Totem.
He's taking so much damage.
It's just, I mean, they're dealing some chip damage to the tower, so that's okay-ish, but you can see that they can't fully commit. And this animation, like these cosmetics on Earthshaker, it looks like you're using Echo Slam every single time you use a Totem.
I do have to look at the green diamond a lot, just in case.
I was like, green diamond? What? Yeah, no, I know. At the first, I was like, what is he talking about? What green diamond? Am I not aware of something that Earthshaker does?
It's a hidden skill. It's only found...
All right, I'll be right back. Just grabbing my stick to poke these guys to do something.
Just coming in. Do it from a distance, though. They have a lot of farm. I can't keep up with it. I like that Crystal Maiden's just like blink, smoke, ward, gem. Like, we know where this game is going.
He needs to buy another gem. Bought the gem, lost it. Now Morphling is holding it.
Swift blink for the troll. Ooh, Makoto. He's invis and might find the Morphling. Fissure from behind, though. Oh, no.
Makoto's dead.
They find Makoto.
All right, I'm going to say, it might sound stupid, but TNC, they're in full control of this game.
FBZ, Aeon Disc gets popped. Fissure range. Totem's coming through. Yule's into the air. It's not over. 33K is just a number. They're going to go after FBZ. They've got him locked down. E-Blade in. There's the kill from Gabby. Meanwhile, Kezcute's been found by the Void Spirit, and Febby gets the last blow there. 3 dead on the side of Boom. They just added a third of their previous kill score in literal seconds.
Tiny,
and they
Fissure
found
into
Tiny
Fissure into
and
Totem,
the Totems.
into Totem. What does Dota become? Why is this a thing? Like, it's like... wait, did they lose another gem or did he drop it?
No.
Oh, Morph dropped it. Okay, so he just bought a full Scotty. On top of that, he can get bigger, you know, get that shard. But the other heroes are not going to scale, man. Drew had all the free time in the world to do something with the farm. I think it was a mistake not going for the high ground push after getting a tier 2. A second Rosh. I can't even speak properly after what I'm seeing here.
Right.
Double buyback.
Yeah. I mean, now you're using buybacks. because the first team to take a tier 3 is TNC, down 30K.
Doesn't matter. I think it really doesn't matter. And it's also going to get worse as time goes by, because Earthshaker, level 23 soon, you know, get that level 25, you get the Enchant Totem cooldown, so you can just keep spamming that. And you always have a high ground defense. If you have buybacks, next Roche will respawn in 2 minutes. So right now they expended 2 buybacks on Boom.
Yeah, you're now down 2 buybacks. Daedalus next for the Morphling. Because, you know, if you're not hitting hard enough already morphed into the Earthshaker, why not make it a little bit harder of a hit and make sure these heroes die even quicker?
All they have to do is buff up Morphling, keep him alive.
Yeah.
And I love this Lotus Orb build-up from Mars. You just use it on him. Like, all eyes on Morphling. He has a Lincoln Sphere on top of that. Oh, man.
Armel.
Earthshaker,
Look at that.
He's getting Arcane Blink. You know, just
BKB, Astral Step, Resonant Pulse. Armel trying to leave. There's the Abyssal. Is it enough to lock him down? Resonant Pulse into the Dissimulate, and then first
range
hit
bash,
bash. That
10%.
feels bad.
wow.
1 in 10.
So, yeah, he has buyback. Mid is being pinged out. Gabby might actually go for it. Let's see.
He has Arcane Blink.
Arcane Blink done on Earthshaker. So that's
Ags finished on the Disruptor. We've talked about these late game situations, and like Coddle's not getting Ags and Disruptor's not getting Ags. Here's the Disruptor Ags finally showing up. Totem, Totem, Fissure, Fissure.
Radiant's bottom
It
tower has
definitely sounds like when SpongeBob's trying to create the Krabby Patty, or bun patty, cheese, pickles, lettuce, tomato.
I didn't watch that episode. I watched all the others, but didn't watch that
There's
one.
the blink in. They're going to pop the Lincolns. They've also got the toss up into the air, and the Morphling taking a lot of damage. The BKB pop by Gabby. They'll get the kill on the KP, but into the Static Storm. Here they
There's
come.
the
Echo
Echo.
Slam down. Drew is gone. Freezing Field coming in for the Crystal Maiden. Is it going to be enough? They get the kill on Tims. They'll take out Hyde. They've also installed the Tiny. They're going to buy back on Tims right away with the BKB pop here by Armel. Kezcute, he falls. Now Makoto, he's next in line to go down, and OD is gone. Oh boy, FBZ, he's going to be next.
That's a
you can
full
run
team,
fast,
my baby.
but you can't get away from the double Fissure Totems. It's Morphling, Earthshaker combining into one, and they will take out your entire team.
They might actually, with the Swift Blink, they might be able to just surround one hero with 3
Yeah.
Fissures, and you can't get out. So Roche actually respawned, so that's a refresher.
No buyback on the OD, no buyback on the Bloodseeker or the Tiny.
I think this is game. Like, they're just going to go in and try to end the game with Roche Shaman. They're not even getting Roche. They're going in.
They got both earrings.
Wait, how
they
does
confused
OD
together.
not have buyback?
I don't know.
Wait, we've seen this happen. Like, they're pinging tier 4 towers. This just might be it. Let's poke, see what happens. You don't necessarily need to use my stick that I poke them with, but yeah, check it out. You know, see if they have buybacks.
Yeah, if OD's not going to buy back, if nobody's going to buy back, you might want to just go tier 4s. We'll see. I mean, they're getting a set of racks top, and here it is. There's the call. Totems, tier 4s, all in trouble. Kezcute's going to buy back. They're going to get the first
He's
tier
gonna
4
die in
tower.
2 hits.
Yeah,
Bam,
Fissure,
bam.
Fissure, and then the arena. 1-2, Kezcute gone. Pew pew. They're just taking out heroes left and right. It really is just disgusting at what they're Fissure, Totem, Echo Slam down.
he got the ulti
Drew, he gets the battle trance off, but there's the Fissure, there's the spear. Are you getting anywhere? Doesn't look like it. Double kill for Gabby.
GG is called.
GG's called. That's not broken at all.
Yeah, laughs in Ice Frog, 'cause this is the most broken stuff I've witnessed in a couple of years. That's for sure.
I saw it once and I was like, does that work? I can't believe that's a real thing. That was 34,000 net worth lead. But hey, man, you know, Earthshaker's shard with both heroes having it is.
I don't know how,
God.
this is my biggest concern, you know. As a team, how do you recover from this? Because you had, what, 35,000 gold
Yeah.
lead, and then you'd lose a game like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a long talk. You might want to take as much time as you can in between games because that is disgusting. I've never once seen that in the history of my life ever in all video games.
This is some, you know, Chen plus Pudge combination broken stuff where you could hook people into the fountain?
Yeah, that was... Yeah, I think it might even be worse. Because I don't... There were so many fissures, so many totems, so many particles. You just get lost in it all. It really is... Wow. TNC, they take game 1. Good luck, panel. You guys can break this down. You give it a shot. Anything more than OS Frog, you get a lot of credit. Back over to you guys.
Yeah, well, that was a game. I, for one, would like to have a formal investigation into this game. Maybe get Valve involved to have a look at it and say, oh, maybe that wasn't balanced. Maybe we should give the win the other way, because certain people, did correctly predict Boom to be the victors, but something stopped that happening.
It looked fine to me.
It looked all right.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong.
Like, what was the problem there?
Osfrog.
Anyway, yeah, TNC do take game number 1 somehow.
Okay, should we start with the memes or with the serious analytics? What should we do first? Half.
What half is this?
No, our production just telling me that's why they called it the analytics half. Sure. We talked about Boom. We talked about their insecurities and their inability to finish games, like how they struggled versus T1 when it came to pushing high ground, but at least they did attempt to go high ground. In this game, you have such a lead, you're so much ahead. You just need to go there,